A fast and frenetic triple header of races was played out in front of a record crowd in Hampshire, basked in glorious sunshine, and the thousands of fans were provided with high-class entertainment all weekend. Tom Ingram took his second pole position of the season and the second of his career, breaking the Thruxton lap record during qualifying for round 7 of the 2016 Dunlop MSA British Touring Car Championship. Aidan Moffat made it an all-young gun front row with his best ever qualifying session, while elder statesman Matt Neal produced his own stellar lap with maximum success ballast to take third. Spectators packed the banks and filled the stands at Thruxton on Sunday morning, and the on-track action would prove even hotter than the summer sunshine. Race 1 began frenetically and would continue in the same fashion. The start initially looked to have favoured pole sitter Tom Ingram off the line, though a slipstreaming contest down to the first chicane left the Toyota alongside both Matt Neal and Aidan Moffat. 3 into 1 simply wouldn't go, and when the dust settled it was Neal's Honda leading Josh Cook's MG out front, while Moffat and Ingram were shuffled down the order following contact. Wickes Racing's Adam Morgan eyed his opportunity at the start of lap 2, brushing past Ingram at Campbell, with the Toyota now nudged further down the pack. Moffat made his way past the pole sitter too, while the other MG6 of Ashley Sutton ended up in the tyres at Goodwood, trying to do the same. Neal initially pulled away out front, leading from Cook, Morgan, Moffat and Ingram at the end of the second tour, with positions changing at almost every corner. The pack, however, began to reel in the Honda man while he was trying to manage his pace, carrying maximum ballast. Morgan was right on it through Church on lap 3 and under the rear bumper of Cook's second-placed MG on the run to the chicane, where he was able to slip through, the Mercedes really on a mission as he hunted Neal up ahead. By the end of the next lap, he was up with the Honda. A good run out of club over the start-finish line saw him through into the lead, heading a gaggle of cars jostling for places in front of the stunned spectators. Moffat clawed his way past Neal too, seemingly completing his recovery and potentially giving Mercedes a first ever 1-2 in the BTCC. It wasn't to be, however, after he ran wide with a puncture on lap 10. By the time the leaders next blasted their way down to Brooklands and up Woodham Hill, Neal's Honda had too picked up a puncture. The triple champion attempted to pull into the pit lane but was collected by an unsighted Cook, which resulted in Gordon Shedden, Jeff Smith and Jake Hill, among others, being caught up in the incident. Officials were left with little choice but to cut the race short, and duly the Thruxton marshals waved the red flags to signal the end of the showdown. Andrew Jordan then joined a list of 7 different race winners from the opening 8 BTCC races after the Pertec racing driver produced an impressive run in the second bout of the day. Morgan made a steady getaway from pole position, and the Wickes Racing driver coped well with maximum success ballast in the first half of the race. Jordan had nipped by Ingram's Speedworks Toyota off the line, and worse was to come for the latter when he was adjudged to have jumped the start, incurring a drive-through penalty. Morgan led from Jordan and the WSR trio of Collard, Jack Goff and Sam Tordoff in close company, the BMWs coming alive in the battle for victory. At the start of lap 3, Michael Epps was forced on the defensive, with Matt Jackson bettering him on the way into the complex. The RCIB Insurance Racing rookie wouldn't let up on the man much his senior in the BTCC though, and took the spot right back by the time they began the blast around the back of the circuit. Just ahead, Jeff Smith span at high speed after putting a couple of wheels on the grass. The pivotal moment came on lap 11 as Jordan scythed his way past Morgan, the former having played a waiting game, caring for his tyres, with the Mercedes struggling to hang on despite a valiant effort at the head of the pack. Morgan was displaced down the order by Collard's team JCT 600 with Gardex BMW, but he fended off further attacks from the now trio of cars behind him. Incredibly, Halford's Yuasa Racing's Gordon Shedden had hauled his Honda onto the lead quintet in the closing stages, having started from near the back of the grid. While Jordan was busy taking the lead, Shedden caught Goff and Tordoff napping to slip into 4th place. It was Jordan's first win since Croft 2014, and his first for the Motorbase outfit, a much-deserved and timely drive which he'll hope will kick-start his season. Motorbase Performance then scored its second win of the day as Jackson followed Jordan's Race 2 success with his own dynamic display in the Thruxton finale. The victory also marked Jackson's second of the 2016 campaign, as he joined Morgan as one of only 2 drivers to record double wins so far this season. Goodstone Racing's Dan Welch found himself in a popular P1 on the grid after the reverse draw, the first in the history of the championship for a Proton. Off the line, Jackson's Ford Focus blasted past the Proton of Welch, and despite being kept honest by the chasing pack throughout, he was able to cruise to the checkered flag in relative comfort. Welch went side by side with WSR's Sam Tordoff on the opening lap before the BMW slid wide at Seagrave and onto the grass, while a trio of cars towards the back of the grid came together, spinning on the exit of the complex. Being cheered on by the crowd, underdog Welch then fended off several attacks from behind whilst closing in on leader Jackson, but the Goodstone Racing driver would face disappointment on lap 5. He suffered a breakage and his car went off and hit the barrier. Team IHG Rewards Club's Jack Goff inherited second until Matt Neal's Honda got by on lap 8, and worse was to follow for the BMW driver, as the second Honda of Shedden attacked him for third. Closing as the duo swept through Church, Goff locked up going into the final chicane and the pair made contact. Shedden retired with damage after limping over the line, while Goff could only manage 18th place at the finish. The final podium place went to Morgan, making it a hat-trick on the day as he crossed the line just 0.198 of a second ahead of the MG pair of Josh Cook and Ash Sutton. Rob Collard claimed 6th and with it the joint lead of the championship with Neal, while Rob Austin and the recovering Tordoff completed the top 8 positions. The top 10 included 2 young drivers who each enjoyed a special day's racing in the BTCC. Dan Lloyd took 9th and the Jack Sears Trophy to complete a fine debut with Eurotech Racing, while 10th place Mike Epps took his best ever result and good points. At the close of play, Louise Goodman caught up with hat-trick king Adam Morgan as he looks forward to his home event at Alton Park.
Well, Adam, any race weekend when you're leaving home with a win and 2 third places under your belt is got to be a good one, hasn't it?
Unbelievable. If someone said you're going to come here and get 3 podiums on a race day, I would to believe them, and it's just been fantastic. So just massive thank you to everyone at Wicks Mercedes. They've been amazing, and hopefully we can repeat it some later on at Alton.
Well, your tail's got to be in the air going to Alton. Obviously, it's your home race, so a race where you, of all people, would like to get some more good results.
Yeah, it's my local track. Unfortunately, it's been the worst one I've had in terms of results. But if I'd like to turn that around this time, and if it proves anything in the championship, consistency is key, and the points that we've taken away from this weekend have been massive. And if we can replicate sort of 3 top 10s at Alton, it would be fantastic, and just keep the championship hunt going. Who
are the drivers to look out for at Alton Park? Who are the guys who you think will run well there, have got the right car for that circuit?
The Hondas are going to be quick round there. I think the MGs will also be pretty quick. It also suits the rear-wheel drive guys as well. So, any pick of 10, it could be anyone. But, we've proven that our car works really well around here. I don't see any reason why it can't work at Alton, so we'll be having a go.
It's a very popular race for the local fans, isn't it? What can they expect to see there?
Just incredibly close racing. The track at Alton is incredibly tight and narrow. There's lots of opportunities for overtaking, and it always brings a spectacle. There's always a little rubbing, racing, and it's just proper good fun.
And a great atmosphere as well.
Yeah, they Alton Park for some reason seems to attract the biggest crowd. I think it's up to 40-odd thousand and more. So just a great day out for everyone.
What difference does that make to you as a driver, having all of the fans there, having all of that support there?
It's brilliant. You come out on the green flag lap and on the lap to the grid, and you can just see just waves and waves of people, and they're all there clapping and cheering. It's just nice to be a part of it and be involved.
See you there.
See you there. Thank you very much.